Yo,
Yo.
I got that same bet.
Yeah. I think I've got like
Yeah.
15 of these things.
Yeah.
The Mark McGwire single season home run record 1998 70.
What a guy.
Yeah. And the thing is too, like I feel like a lot of people don't talk about Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, even Sammy Sosa as much as they should, just because of the whole steroid thing. But Mark McGwire has been raking since he was a rookie. If you go back and look on it, I mean he's always been a home run hitter, so not saying it didn't help him hit a few more home runs, but I just feel like he should be talked about way more.
Yeah.
And because I have such a big collection from him, I need that price value to go up. Maybe he'll be able to get into the Hall of Fame. I guess
Yeah,
it's
we'll
too late
see.
now, but maybe things
Yeah.
will change. Sometimes things change. But August 3rd already. This year's flying by. Couple more seasons or a couple more months left of baseball before playoffs kick off. So kind of getting close to that, which is pretty fun for us because then we can really just start talking about the teams that matter, the players that matter from here on out, really. But before we do that, I got a little throwback from 1948. Cleveland's Satchel Paige made his first major league start, went seven innings to lead the Indians to a 5-3 victory over the Washington Senators. So I thought that was pretty cool. Um, Satchel Paige, out of Mobile, Alabama. If you haven't got the chance to go to Mobile, it's a really fun place. But I'll go ahead and mention his career numbers real quick. He had 127 wins to 82 losses, 2.74 ERA, and 400 games. 44 saves in those as well, but he was more known for his starting abilities. Um, he pitched 1,739 innings, 1,487 strikeouts with a 1.11 whip. So super talented. I believe he was a World Series champion with the Indians in '48. Two-time AL All-Star with the St. Louis Browns. Inducted to the Hall of Fame in 1971. And yeah, guy was super talented, man. I wish we were around to see him back in the day, but
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
yeah, yeah. Excellent career, Satchel Paige.
Sweet. I got on this day on my own. This one's a little bit more recent, going back to 2012. The Upton brothers,
Oh yeah.
Melvin Upton and Justin Upton, they both recorded their 100th career home runs on the same night in
Hmm.
different ballparks. So I guess you remember that one?
Oh yeah. I mean, I keep up with the Upton brothers as much as I could. Well, as much as I could back in the day. But I started looking into more of their stats and kind of history, and I saw that maybe like a couple months ago because my coach for the Charlotte Dragons out here, the team I play on, he went to high school in Virginia, and he played against the Upton brothers growing up multiple times, and he had a bunch of stories about it. So I always thought that was kind of cool to. He said he got to witness home runs from them, and they pitched back in high school too, and they were crazy pitchers. But yeah, that's a cool one there. If you haven't seen
Yeah.
any highlight videos of the Upton brothers, do you have a Upton brothers video you made, or any Upton
Um,
videos?
yeah, I think I have a couple up.
Yeah,
If I
be
can
cool
find
to
one.
do an Upton brother mix them together one.
Yeah,
Be cool one.
Upton brother mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Melvin Upton was on the Rays at the time, and Justin was on the Diamondbacks, and then the season after is when they both joined the Braves.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Talented, talented.
yep,
I always thought me, you and Jake would be professional baseball players when I was younger. So I was trying to plan it out. Like I had the Molina brothers, which was pretty cool. And
yeah. Well,
realistically, if Nick would have played baseball, he's pretty athletic. He probably could have played pretty good. I could see Nick being a good catcher.
yeah. I mean, one thing is for sure, we're all in it in MLB the Show in career
Yeah,
mode. I got
yeah.
all you guys on there, so
Oh yeah, and speaking of MLB the show, I finally Finally went and got a PS5, got the
Yep.
show. I've been talking about it for months, probably since our first episode. But I finally was able to do that. So it's been fun. I made two players already, one at a right fielder, went straight to the pros, to the Cardinals, couldn't help it. And then I made a closing pitcher, ended up playing at LSU, went 1 of 1 for the White Sox, and then I got traded to the Orioles this past off season, so I'm already addicted to it. But
Yeah, so it sounds like we might have some MLB The Show videos
yeah.
soon.
Yeah, maybe we could get on maybe later at some point and have a little face off or something and throw them up there, see how things go.
Yeah, see, and Vinny and I also like to play co-op on there, so you guys
Yeah,
might see that too. A
yeah,
lot of times,
little
our
2 on
opponents will
2.
leave,
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
do get beat sometimes, though. I mean,
yeah.
it happens. It
But
happens.
we have good games. We have games where we just get destroyed, and then we have most of our games. I feel like are people quitting out on us, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. It's a good feeling though when you make people quit, but at the same time, you're like, come on, man, like just play the game.
Yep.
I think there are 10-run mercy rules in that as well, right? When you're playing online.
Yeah, I think it depends on the inning too. I think when if it gets later in the game, you can score more runs,
Yeah.
something like that. But
Anyways, if you haven't played MLB The Show, it has gotten better. I know it was the same for many, many years, and now that it's upgraded to only PS5, I feel like the graphics are better. They added in the high school journey, the college journey. I think that actually makes it pretty fun if you're into
then
Road to the Show.
and then they also added recently the Bristol Motor Speedway
Yeah. Yeah.
in
Which
there, which
unfortunately, yeah. Which
yeah,
I
they're
guess they are playing today there now, right? At 1.
yeah, Eastern time, 1 o'clock. So by the time this video's out, they might be done or still playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were thinking about going to that game, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad we did it now because they only played what in less than an inning last night. I think
Yeah,
is
and it
what I
sucks
saw.
too because I have Chase Burns, and he did throw an inning and got 2 Ks, and I saw him pitch, and I'm like, all right, cool, he's actually staying in. I knew Strider had gotten scratched, and
Yeah,
then so now I don't get Chase Burns start this week. Now it got pushed. His next start's like Friday, so it's unfortunate, but. And I don't think I've ever even told you because I don't really pay attention to it too much, but in the ESPN Fantasy Baseball League, I ended up joining another like random league. You know how you can join random, like
hmm
do a random draft. Well, I did a random draft at that point, and I sucked. I was like 0-6 to start the season, so I was just like whatever. And now I've won the last 6 straight. And on that team, I do have it's a points league, so it's way different. Um, but on my one of my teams, I do have Strider and Burns, which is pretty cool. My teams, I wish I had that team in my other league. It's like Hunter Goodman, um, Nick Kurtz, Westberg, um, Caminero, Kyle Tucker, PCA, Mike Trout. It's like it's an amazing team, but
yeah, I got
doesn't doesn't mean anything.
yeah. I kind of have the same thing what you did, except it's more of a work league, and it is
Uh-huh.
by points as well.
Yeah.
So, and I'm back to like I actually started the season pretty rough, but I'm back to like fourth place. But it's kind of like the same thing. It's doesn't really mean much.
Yeah.
But in
Does
that
the
league, I got like Yuri Perez, Paul
I
Skeens.
have
I
Yuri
also
as
have
well.
Nick. Yeah, I got Nick Kurtz and Cam Smith, Hunter Goodman. So,
Yeah.
and a lot of these guys I picked up off waivers because I guess the guys in my league, even though they're active, they don't pay attention as much. So I ended
Yeah.
up getting to just pick up a lot of really good players.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if I like the points league as much as the standard how we do, but
I like the way how we do it a
yeah,
lot
me
more.
too. But yeah, my outfield in that league is insane. It's Fernando Tatis, PCA, Kyle Tucker, and then Mike Trout.
Yeah,
It's
that's
pretty
pretty
ridiculous.
crazy.
Yeah. But anyways, we won't get you stuck on that. We'll move on to transactions. So deadline's been over for a couple days. We were gonna do a deadline video um as it was going on. Probably a good thing we didn't because it was a pretty crazy deadline. It would have been a lot to keep up with. Pretty exciting deadline, I think. Of
Yeah.
course, there's always more move or less moves than what you expect or would want. There's a lot of players out there that I'm like, really? Like, why would you not move these players? Like, I expected Sandy to get moved. I expected Luis Robert to get moved. Just some of
Marcelo
those guys.
Zuna.
Ozuna, yeah, just some of these guys, and there were a lot of people moved, but some of them were pretty weird, and I'm not sure where some of these teams were going with it, but um, yeah, we want to go ahead and start off on that.
Yeah, actually, I'll bring up a couple that I thought were kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, first, I kind of wanted to bring up how many guys the Twins moved. I don't know if you
Yeah,
saw it was like 11 guys on their active roster that were
yeah,
traded.
yeah,
Now, I don't think it's bad because a lot of these guys, I think we're either on like expiring contracts or kind
mm-hmm.
of like, I don't want to say veterans. Some of them were veteran guys. So I think the biggest guy they moved was Duran, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken. And they
yeah,
actually got a pretty good trade out of him. They ended up getting Mick Gable
yep,
from the Phillies. So I thought that was pretty good. I thought the Twins have a pretty good deadline, I guess. If they're not making the playoffs, then a lot of the guys they sold off, I mean, they're good guys to sell off. And then, as you know, I got Luke Keeschel. So when he comes back, he's going to get playing time. So a lot of these younger guys they're going to get the playing time, which I think is good for them. They'll kind of
yeah,
see where their younger guys are at. So
mm-hmm.
I do like what the Twins did. So
Yeah. No, they made some
obviously the
pretty great
Yankees they
moves.
went out and got, and then the Yankees the surprise move for me was actually Camilo Duvall, one of the surprise moves.
Yeah,
So they end up getting David Bednar too. So and I don't know if you saw, but their first game, like Bednar, Duvall, they both did really bad against the Marlins.
mm-hmm. Yeah, they did horrible. And I had just
Yeah.
traded Camilo Duvall, which is good for me, I guess, even though like 95% out of the playoffs. Doesn't really mean anything, but yeah, I still think it's good for the Yankees. I think that's a good move going out and getting the people that they did help out their bullpen situation. Marcus Stroman ended up getting DFA'd, so it looks like Cam Schlittler is going to be
Yeah.
hopefully sticking in that rotation. He's been pretty nice. He throws a steady like 97 miles the whole time he's out there. Um, but yeah, and I did expect that I expected the Yankees to do something to where they could bring up Spencer Jones. But they went out and they got a couple extra guys. Ryan McMahon, that was one of the first moves made really in the before the trade deadline hit. But um, who else did they go out and get outfield wise? And they snagged Jose Cab
Yeah, they got Caballero, which also did pretty poorly in that first game. They
yeah,
got Ahmed Rosario from the Nationals.
that was it.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess they're not trying to rush Spencer Jones, but
I just don't think they're.
I think they should have called him up.
I would have rather have
And they
Spencer
still might.
Jones. I would rather have Spencer Jones come up and play either a first base or he plays outfield. I mean, or put him in
Yeah.
a DH role. I'd rather see him come up than go out and get those two guys. I mean, Jose's
And
fast, but he's 20. Spencer Jones is 24 years old. He's going on 25 now. Like it's probably
yeah.
time to bring him up. Like at this point, you're kind of just playing with him. I feel like it almost hopefully doesn't turn into like a Kobe Mayo situation. Although he's been kind of up and down lately. I don't know if he plays every day, maybe he'll be good. But the Yankee or the Orioles kind of mess with Kobe Mayo. I feel like so. Not sure if that affects his the way he is playing, but um, yeah, some big trades, man. I'm just looking at some of them now. Tampa, they traded over Zach Littell to the Reds. Reds made a couple good moves. Looks like they're trying to maybe make a little fight for it. Um, Cardinals trading over Ryan Helsley to the Mets was pretty good. I do know that Jesus Baez, the shortstop we traded for, he is pretty good guy as far from what I've seen, and a couple relief pitchers at that. Um, yeah, I was looking at the Reds here. Man, they went out. They got Key Brian Hayes. I think he had a home run his first game with
Yeah, I
them.
mean, defensively, I mean, they definitely upgraded. I mean, I know he's
Yeah.
not the best of the bat, but kind
Hmm.
of just see what you get with the bat. But the glove's going to be there, so
Yeah.
yeah. And then the Cardinals, they pretty much traded all the guys that they said they were going to trade for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
I mean, Helsley, Maton, Matz. I think they got a pretty good trade with Steven Matz getting Blaze Jordan. He's
Yeah.
been hitting close to 300 this season, so
Yeah.
I think he's first base and third base is what he normally plays. So I I, I potentially see him getting called up soon. I would
I would
think.
think so. And like with Arenado, on again on his way out, he could be the third base of the franchise, coming up here at some point. He's only 22. That's the thing. Like,
Mhm.
I thought Blaze Jordan was probably going on like 26 or something by now because
Yeah, I kind of
everybody, I
thought
mean,
that at first.
he really has been talked about for so long now. He was drafted in 2020, so he's for the last 5 years he's been kind of chirped about. Um, I mean, he's being 22. That I looked at that and I was like, holy cow! But his stats are excellent. He's not only is he hitting 305 this season, like you said, but he's almost a 300 lifetime hitter in the minors. He's hitting 290 with a 350 OBP and an 811 OPS. It's I mean, that's super talented right there. He's also slugging 461,
Yeah.
which is awesome. So good move for the Cardinals, man. Blaze Jordan. He'll most likely be our future first base or third baseman. I would assume.
Yeah,
Hopefully we can get
hopefully.
up. Yeah, and hopefully we can get him up here before too long and get his MLB debut because I don't think he's ever came up at all for the Red Sox, right? He's never made his
No, I don't
debut.
think so. I don't think so. No. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think he did.
Hmm.
But and then going kind of back on the Rays, they made a couple interesting moves. Yeah, they traded Caballero. They traded Taj Bradley for Griffin Jacks, which
Yeah,
I was pretty confused about. Taj is still, one of their, I don't want to say younger guys, but he's still, you know, one of
yeah,
their part of their young core. So it's kind of confused on that. They
yeah,
got out. They went and got Griffin Jacks. I don't know if
yeah.
that's trying to. I don't know if they're trying to rebuild or make the playoffs. Maybe both. Kind of see what happens. I guess if they're trying to make playoffs, maybe that was the better move to get
Hmm.
Griffin Jacks because Taj Bradley in the minors right now.
Yeah,
So
and Taj Bradley's minor league numbers are insane. That's what makes him such a highly rated guy of what he's done since he's been in the minors. Um, he's got a 2.9 ERA, 400 strikeouts in 366 innings, with a 207 batting average and a 109 WHIP. So his time in the minors are ridiculous. I mean, super high strikeout rate, good ERA. And then his time in the majors has just been super rough. I don't know. He's 242 average, 470 ERA,
yeah,
129 whip. So it's a complete different pitcher. So maybe the only thing I could think, he's still young. He is only 24. But the only thing I could think is the Rays are, they just see something that they're not comfortable with. And they think that's the real him. But I mean, it could only get better, I would think, it going to Minnesota.
yeah,
Minnesota's
and
pretty good with their pitch. Typically, Rays are pretty good with their pitching for the most part, but I think Twins will probably handle him a little bit better as a starter, and I think he'll be back in that rotation before long.
yeah, and the thing about Taj Bradley is, you know that I've had him for a fantasy league for the
Yeah,
last 2 years, and I just recently traded him around the deadline.
yeah,
And it seems like his starts were either really good or they were really bad. A
yeah,
lot of times there wasn't an in between. It was really good or really bad. It didn't really matter what team. Like he's
yeah,
played some bad teams this season, like the White Sox. He
yeah.
gave up a ton of runs, but then he's played the Mets. He didn't give up any runs.
Hmm.
So it's
Yeah,
I don't know. It's really really weird.
and he's typically a higher strikeout guy. Like
Yeah.
when it comes to K per nine. Um, Right now, he's only at 95 strikeouts and 111 innings. So typically, he should be, well above 100 and probably 20 strikeouts for a normal Taj Bradley at this type. But yeah, he's just having a funky year. I know he was having some injury issues to start the year too. So maybe he's still having ongoing injury issues. But
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll figure it out, man. Taj Bradley, he's definitely got it there. I would still rather have him than Griffin Jacks. So I think that is still a loss to the Rays. I mean, if they wanted to, they really could have just moved him to the bullpen and let him figure it out from there, and bring up another piece for a starter and trade one of the relievers or whatever. But I mean, they could have stuck him at a high end leverage closing
Yeah.
or relief position, but like I said, maybe they see something. But the Twins are making good moves. Even though they traded Johan Duran, I think Mick Abel, he's another one of those guys, kind of like I think Taj Bradley might have a little more talent than Mick Abel, but Mick Abel is a former first round pick, and he's still very talented. So I think with the Twins getting him and Taj Bradley, putting them in their rotation at some point, that'll be pretty good for the Twins. And did
Yeah.
they trade Joe Ryan?
No, so they do
Okay.
still have Joe Ryan and Pablo Lopez.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's pretty good for the Twins, I think. I think they made some of the better moves this offseason. They
yeah.
traded so many people away. It's like a whole new club in there, but that's what you got to do.
Yeah, and then still got Royce Lewis and Buxton. So I know the issue has always been healthy, them being
Mhm.
injured. So
Yep. And then
maybe they can make some moves in the off season.
yeah, and they got Luke Keeschel coming back. I'm sure he'll be an everyday player next season.
For
Um
sure.
and who was the outfielder that they went and got? Didn't they get a new outfielder?
Um
They traded away Bader. Bader went to
yeah.
Philly,
Yeah.
which Bader's now going to be Philly's starting center fielder. Brandon Marsh is going to move over to left. So I
Yeah.
think that helps out Philly's defense a lot.
And then Twins also traded Willie Castro, so he was
Yeah.
like a super utility guy. He could play all over.
Cub,
And
right?
then
Is he a Cub now?
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. So I mean, I liked what the Twins did. I mean, I haven't really heard anything negative other than the fact that they just traded so many guys.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
more of
mean,
like a
it's
heartbreak for the players that are close with everybody,
yeah,
like a family bond. But the
yeah,
trades that they made make sense. They did
yeah.
do that great on that level.
And then one more trade that I wanted to bring up that was interesting was also the Rays. They brought in Adrian Hauser from the White Sox.
Hmm.
He's had a great year.
Yeah.
And it's kind of another one of those things where they lost Taj, but then they bring in Adrian Hauser and they
Hmm.
got Griffin Jack. So that kind of, those two moves in particular, just kind of, I don't know, maybe they think they still have a chance, which they do. They got some good hitters. I
Yeah.
know they lost Jonathan Aranda until September, I believe. They
Hmm.
still got Cam. Yandy Diaz has been swinging it really well the last couple months. So Ha-Sung Kim's back on the IL, but once he comes back, that'll kind of help him more.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of
Yeah.
see what the Rays do.
Joe Boyle.
Yeah,
He's another one of my guys in fantasy. He's looking like he's going to stay in that rotation for now too, and he's got a ton of talent. Super high strikeout guy. He can throw 99 miles an hour. But he's got a little bit of a control issue, so he figures that out. Rays have a pretty good little rotation there, but um, another big trade was sending Mason Miller from the Athletics to the Padres. I think did we already talk about that one before, or did that kind of happen at deadline?
yeah, that kind of happened at deadline. That was probably I would say probably the biggest
Yeah.
trade. Not only because they got Mason Miller, because the MLB's number 3 prospect was in return to the Athletics, which this trade I consider it pretty even. I mean, the Padres got one of the best closers in the game, and then they got JP Sears.
Yeah.
I mean when you get one of the best closers, it's going to have to come at a price,
Yeah.
I guess. So
I
yeah,
think it was
the
a really
A's
good trade.
yeah, the A's are like stacked on young
Yeah,
talent.
I
So
do
it's
think. Yeah, I agree. I think the A's still won the trade. I think it's still a good move for
yeah,
the Padres. They got to now. They have Padres are working with J.P. Sears and Nestor Cortez. They went out and got those guys. They got Mason Miller, who went in and got his first save already, I believe, with the Padres. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, Leota de Veras, I think is how it's pronounced.
yeah.
That's who the A's played for. He is the current number three prospect, soon to be number two because right now top three are Connor Griffin, Chase Burns, and then Leo. So Chase Burns is probably going to graduate here soon. Leo most likely move up a spot, and then it'll be between Sebastian Walcott and Bubba Chandler, the next two in line. Um, but I do believe that Leo De Vieras hit a cycle last night. I don't know if you caught that or not.
Yeah, I think I saw something. I didn't really
Yeah,
catch all the stats though, but
yeah. So that's pretty cool to join a team and within the first couple days hit a cycle with them. I think that's a statement right there. And yeah, the
yeah,
A's, man, I'm telling you, by the time the A's get to Las Vegas, they're gonna be a playoff team if they do everything right. The only sad thing is knowing that Brent Rooker. I don't know how much longer he's going to be there, but he says he wants to. He seems like he wants to finish his career out with the A's. So, I mean, he's not super old. I think what is he like 30, 31? Brent Rooker.
I think
Um,
he's early 30s. Yeah, so I
yeah.
mean,
So he's still got
I
some
think
time
as long
left.
as I think didn't they re-sign him? Was it a 3-year deal in the
Yeah,
offseason? So
I think so.
I mean,
Yeah, I couldn't
he
remember if that
keeps
was last season but but yeah, I mean they're Nick Kurtz, Soderstrom, Rooker, and then these young guys that they got
Lawrence
coming up.
Butler,
Jacob
Jacob
Wilson.
Wilson.
Yeah. Colby Thomas, he got his first peak at MLB. He did get optioned already, but if you look at his stats, they're unbelievable. That guy is a freak. Denzel Clark, if he can get his bat working out. I mean, A's have a really nice team. Now they just need to work on their rotation for the next couple years, and
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, if they get a good rotation going, they're legit.
Yep.
And they actually do have a guy pitching today, blanking on my mind right now. He's somebody I actually may use one of my last couple pickups on in fantasy. But whoever's starting for Oakland today, he was supposed to take Mason Miller's start or closing role. Now he's thrown into the starting position. So if he does well today, I'm probably gonna end up picking him up. But he's got extreme talent. So, um, but yeah, I think it was a great MLB trade deadline. Anything else we wanted to hit on? Any of the big moves or?
The only other one is I don't know, maybe it's just me, but this one isn't talked about enough. Is the Blue Jays getting Shane Bieber?
Yes,
Now
that is a big one. That's a
I
good one.
know
I thought.
he's coming back soon, and I kind of hope it's not like a Sandy Alcantara kind
Yeah,
of Shane Bieber, because you know how guys coming back from Tommy John surgery, some pick it up right away again, some it takes a little while. And I'll
yeah.
kind of talk about Sandy here in a little bit, but that's one of the better moves. I mean, the Blue Jays also got Ty France from the Twins.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I know we thought the Blue Jays were probably going to be like a third or fourth place team. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they're proving me wrong. So I mean, they're doing everything they can. So I mean, if you're a Blue Jays fan, gotta love the moves they made and the way they're playing. So
Yeah,
I think they have a good chance.
yeah. I mean, looking at it right now, I'll go ahead and throw off a couple of these standings. Blue Jays are sitting in first place at 65 and 47. So that's pretty cool. I don't think anyone really expected that. I had them more of like a middle of the, especially at this time. But Boston is in second place, 61 and 51. So I was going to talk about them a little bit. I don't really have too much to say other than they're hot again. They're kind of going back to what we thought they would be even after trading Devers. They went out and got Dustin May, which is whatever.
Yeah,
He's not the same Dustin May. It's funny, the rotation maybe like a few years ago would be crazy with Dustin May, Walker Bueller, Giolito. But now it's all these guys that are coming back from injury that just aren't the same. Yankees in third, Rays in fourth, and then Baltimore in last. And it's still Rays are 55 and 57. So I mean, they're not looking like they're gonna hit playoffs, but still
Yeah,
a little bit of time to go. You know, some hot streaks for some teams and some cold streaks could change a lot. Um,
yeah. I
I
think the
won't name,
Rays have the team. They're gonna have to get going.
yeah, and I won't name off all the records. I'll just make it quick. But AL Central, we got the Tigers in first. Cleveland behind them, 8 games back. Kansas City in third. Twins in fourth. White Sox in last. Which White Sox have already won more games this season than they did all of last season, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think they're also a team that's going to be, getting better over the years. Colson Montgomery, man, another home run last night.
Yeah.
I appreciate you
Yeah.
dropping him. I feel like
Yeah.
my fantasy team right now is like what your team was like 2 months ago.
I know.
Like all the
Yeah.
same players.
Yeah, you got Colson Montgomery, you got Shane Baz, Roman Anthony, Jacob Wilson.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty funny.
And of
Um,
course they're doing pretty good for you, or at
yeah,
least Colson is.
yeah, and Roman Anthony. I'll go ahead and just say Roman Anthony right now because I was gonna talk about him, but we're getting up there in time. But so far he's got 156 at bats, 44 hits, 2 home runs, 19 RBIs. He's hitting 282 with a 401 OBP, 824 OPS. His last 7 games he's hitting 375. So his home runs haven't started yet, but his bat is definitely there. Um,
He's going to the draft next year, right? You're not keeping him, right?
no, he'll be a bandit for a while, most likely.
Yeah.
Um, but the AL West, you got Houston on top. It's 62-49. And the Mariners are 3.5 games back, so the Mariners are still there fighting. Texas Rangers, then the Angels, and then the Athletics. And then in the NL, you got the NL East, you got the Mets, then Phillies, Marlins, Braves, Nationals. You got the Marlins above the Braves. So I don't think anyone had that coming this year. Uh, Marlins are 54 and 55, 8 games back. So shoot, I don't know, man. I think you were going to talk about the Marlins a little bit. Um, I'll go ahead and read the rest of the NL if you had anything to touch on them. But NL Central, you got the Brewers in first, followed behind the Cubs, then Reds, Cardinals, Pirates. And then the NL West, of course, you have the Dodgers on top. 3 games back are the Padres and the Giants, followed behind them, Diamondbacks and the Rockies, Rockies are 30 and 80. Oof. Um, but yeah, falling back to the Marlins, what do you think about them this year? Augustine Ramirez, Kyle Stowers, some of my guys
Yeah.
going
I
ludicrous.
Yeah, I got some stats, and I think it's pretty interesting because I think the Marlins are making a playoff push.
Hmm.
It's still gonna be a little tough. I've been looking at their schedule. I mean, they play a lot of good teams in the last, couple months of the season, but throwing out some stats, yeah, you mentioned Kyle Stowers. He's kind of been the leader of their offense this whole year. 24 home runs, 67 RBIs, batting 297.
Hmm.
So I mean, that's
Oh, that's
that's
another one of
really
your guys. Another one of your
Oh
guys.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, that's another one of my guys. And then a couple other guys, Yuri Perez,
Yeah.
9 games so far, 3.7 ERA, 46 strikeouts. I kind of want to touch on his start he had yesterday against the Yankees. He pitched 6 innings, 0 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 2 hits. So,
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, he's
their pitching staff, and then Sandy Alcantara hasn't gone off the best start this year. His last 2 starts, though, he hasn't given up any runs. His last start against the Cardinals, he went 5 innings, no runs, 3 walks, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts. The start before that against the Padres, 7 innings, no runs, no walks, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts. So
yeah.
if the Marlins are going to be making some kind of playoff push, these are the kind of numbers they're going to be needing from
Yeah.
Sandy.
Yeah.
Uh,
They might just want to see what he does the rest of the year before they do decide to trade him or
yeah,
resign him or whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, Edward Cabrera, he's been good for him since he's came back. Jansen Junk was pretty good for a while. Last couple
yeah,
outings, I think he's given up like 10 or 11 runs total. So he's starting to slow down, but even next year, they got a couple younger guys like Noble Meyer. He's one of their highly rated pitchers. Not sure where he's at. He might be double A still or single A, but um, they've got a lot of young talent too. So Augustine Ramirez is only like 22, 23 years old. He looks like he's
Yeah,
been in the league for a while.
yeah,
But
which
he's
is
disgusting.
yeah, which is funny because he came over from the Yankees in the Jazz Chisholm trade,
Yeah, yeah,
and he hit 2 home runs yesterday against the Yankees.
yeah,
So Augustine Ramirez, his last 5 games, he's batting 286, got 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 3 stolen bases on 6 hits.
yeah.
So I mean, he's going to be putting up, for a catcher, he's going to be putting up really good numbers.
Yeah,
So
and that was a big reason why I went and picked him up in fantasy so soon is because of his stealing ability, which he hasn't really done too much. I mean, I think last game he had those 2 steals in a game, and like you said, he had 3 steals. Um, but he was like a 2020 player in the minors. Like he stole a lot of bases in the minors. He hasn't really done that yet. So I'm kind of curious if he's starting to get a little more comfortable in the base pass and maybe start stealing a little more. But even if he can get like 10 steals in a season, 10, I mean, I don't know what he's at right now. I think he's only at like 4, 5 maybe, but you can get 10 to 15 steals as a catcher and plus hit 20, 30 home runs. I mean, that's pretty good fantasy value right there and good value for the Marlins.
yeah, and just kind of hitting a little bit more on the Marlins. They are 54 and 55, and
Yeah.
so they're 8 games back in the NL East, but they're only 6 back of the NL wild card.
Hmm.
And a couple of the teams above them, like the Cardinals and Giants, I think the Marlins, they're definitely playing better than the Giants and Cardinals. So,
Yeah.
and then since June 22nd, which was when they started their big 8 game winning streak, so since June 22nd, they're 24 and 10. So just to kind of show you how good the Marlins have been playing
Yep.
over the last month and a half.
Hmm. Yeah, they're on a 4-game win streak right now, and the
Yeah,
last 10 games are 8-2. So
yeah.
pretty solid for the Marlins right there.
Going for a sweep of the Yankees today, so we'll
Yeah,
see.
that would be
And then
big.
they start a 3 game series with Houston at home. So, like I said, they still play the Mets and Phillies a couple more times. I know they play the Tigers, so it's going to be tough. So they're going to be challenged if they can get through all this and somehow make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be impressed for next season after. So
Yep. Yep. Well, would you like to move on? Was there anything else for trade deadline you wanted to hit?
nope.
Pretty good deadline.
What else did you have?
I didn't have anything. I think you had some trivia, maybe, or
Yeah, I just had a few trivia questions for you, and like I said, I only got 3. You get 2 guesses on each, and then I'll give you 1 or 2 hints on each of them. So this first one, you ready?
yep.
So who had back-to-back seasons with 100 plus extra base hits in 2000 and 2001? And the only hint I'll give you is that it was somebody on the Rockies, which that might give it away, but
Larry Walker.
that was a good guess, but
Hmm.
no.
Rockies. Somebody's 2000, 2001 Rocky. Damn. I'm blanking.
It
Todd
might not
Helton.
be. Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
So yeah,
Hmm.
back-to-back seasons of 100 plus extra base hits. So that's pretty impressive, even though it's at Coors.
Yeah.
Still impressive. So
Hmm.
next one. This one might be a little tougher, but who had or which pitcher struck out an American League leading 245 batters in 2006? And the hints I'll give you is that it was a lefty and he was on the Twins.
Johan Santana.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, he was really, really good on the Twins.
I
I don't feel like he was talked about enough.
No, I agree. I think he's somebody I've diced you up with a few times in the show, so he comes to my mind pretty quick.
Yeah, probably. All right, and the last one. Who was the first wild card team to win a World Series?
The first?
Yeah.
Let's
I'll
go
give you
with
two
the.
guesses.
Is it a Texas team?
No.
All right, what's my guesses?
Huh?
Red Sox. Let's go with Cubs. Cubs?
Cubs? No. The Marlins, the Florida Marlins.
Okay.
Florida Mar 1997.
97.
Yep.
Ah, I don't know why I was thinking Cubs. That was a bad guess.
Yeah, but well,
And who did I say? The Red Sox? That was like the two
yeah, the
worst
Red
guesses.
Sox.
I don't know why when you said wild card, for some reason my mind came to like the 2012 era and back. I forgot that it started.
Yeah.
I got confused there, but Marlins makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Um, right on. Any more?
That's it for this video.
Okay. Before we get off, I just wanted to mention this guy. I saw he got picked up in fantasy. Warming Burnable.
Yeah.
This guy has been ridiculous since he's got up to the MLB. He did. I don't
Yeah.
expect this to keep happening because if you look at his minor numbers, I mean they're not. I mean they're really good, but they're not this. But in 28 at bats, he has 14 hits, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. He's hitting 500 with a 517 OBP and a 1.553 OPS. So the guy is just ridiculous right now. He's slugging over 1,000. But I saw he got picked up in fantasy, and he's already pretty highly rostered. It looks like so.
Yeah.
Someone to watch for. He's hot right now in Colorado. So warming,
That's right.
burnable,
Burnaball. I think
Burnabell,
Burnaball. Yeah, something like that.
Burnabell. Hey, whatever. Dominican guy. It looks like he can smack the ball. So tune into him if you haven't seen. Other than that, we might be on maybe Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. Something like that.
We'll be back
For our spring breakout list, or not spring breakout, but breakout of the week list.
Yep.
Either tomorrow or Tuesday. And I have a good feeling you might be using Burnable.
I might be, and we'll see what he does tonight.
Yeah.
Other than that, go enjoy the Bristol Motor Speedway Classic if you can. I know I can't watch it because MLB TV sucks, but
Yeah.
see whatever. Guess we'll see what you can on it. But other than that, 643.
Peace out.
Peace.